Hey, hello there my friends, it's me RJB from RJB TV, and we are going to enjoy ourselves the last couple of games between Donggle and Gas, who have played 3 games so far, of which every single game so far has been won by none other than this guy, Nieldu. And they're actually on the exact same spawn location as last time. So let me just very quickly check something. Sadly, very quickly checking something from the previous video. Okay, so we got the same spawn locations, but they have swapped races. Okay. I just wanted to be sure. Because I got a little bit confused seeing the exact same spawn locations and the exact same races. But yeah, last game we had Donggle on the Protoss. And we had Gas on the Terran, but now it's the other way around. We have Donggle here on the teal Terran on the bottom of the map. We have Gas here on the Protoss. Going for a mid-gate build order as he sets his pylon up on the middle. He gets 3 gateways there in the middle, right outside of Dongle's doorstep. Now, usually I would say that the Terran here has an advantage if they go for a barracks before the supply depot build order, which is what he has done this game. But, if he goes for double barracks and a 3 barracks, then I'm gonna give this to Gas, and guess what? It might just be a double barracks. And he's scouting the wrong direction, so he won't actually see the triple gateway. Did he? No, he didn't see it. Did he? Okay, he sees it. He scouts it. He sees. He knows. He knows it's happening. But that still does not mean that Donggle is going to successfully defend himself against this. The chance still realistically exists that he will fail in defending himself against this build order here from Gas. I mean, it's very difficult to defend this. It's like, I do say that, yes, the Terran here should have the advantage. It does not mean that they will win, because the advantage is small, very, very small. It's not like it's a 70% chance for the Terran to win from this situation onwards. No, it's like a 45% chance for the Protoss and a 55% for the Terran. It's a very small margin of error here. So what is Gas gonna do here to make this work? He's gonna build a pylon in the middle there. He's got a forge on the way back at home. He's gonna cannon here close to the middle and maybe push forward from that point. Slowly push forward to the barracks as they're in the back. Gas is on the way there for Donggle, though, as a bunker at his barracks. Not in front, but behind his barracks. Preferably, I would like this. Oh, that's a very good control there from Donggle. So he's already outplaying and out-microing Gas here with the Marines. Very good Marine play. Very good Marine play. Keeps those 2 Marines alive. Dongle's multitasking is honestly really good. It's honestly really good. It's ridiculous how he's doing more things at the same time than most people are comfortable with. Now, it does help that he has 350 APM to do this, but it's still quite impressive to see how well he controls units at multiple locations while also not missing any beats in his production and in his building and in his progression with his build order. It's really impressive to see. Has a really good position there with his Marines. The Zealots still get on top of them though, because the bunker in the front was not finished up. So it moves to the bunker in the back. Bunker in the front will go down. Cannons are still warping in there in the front, getting close to those barracks. And yet this looks like it might become a victory for Gas. Because Gas right now is getting better trades, but I don't want to call it just yet. I don't want to call this just yet, but this looks favorable. This looks good for Gas. Range on the way there for the Marines. He's not getting stim, he's getting range first. Because range plus Marines in a bunker has a greater range than a cannon. Gets on top of the Marines yet again. Very good pick off there. Almost loses no Zealots, takes very little damage. Forced to lift up those barracks and relocate them. That means he's not producing Marines from 1 barracks at the moment. He's going to have to lift up the other 2 at some point as well, which means he will lose production on every single barrack at some point in this game. Now, Gas is still progressing. He's not mining gas, he's kind of floating some minerals. His multitasking is inferior to Donggle, who is really spending at an insane rate. But he had some unfavorable exchanges, losing more Marines than he should have lost, giving Gas the advantage. Now you could say that Gas just played it very well, which he did. Gas controlled and picked his fights very well, and he's pushing forward, closing in on Donggle rapidly. Gonna get that SCV, gonna slow down the factory, that's bad for him. Gonna maybe kill the factory as well, or he's gonna have to cancel it, and that's a nightmare because he needs a factory to push those cannons away from his base. Because otherwise he's gonna be screwed, absolutely screwed. And the upside of all of this is that Donggle is still alive. He's not dead yet. But it's not looking good. It's not looking good. He's got some fire bats. He's got stim on the way. He's got some men. He's got some marines. He's got bunkers all over the place. He's got some supply depots that are very close to dying very soon. He's got a lot of SCVs all about the place because he's so focused on microing. Even Donggle, who I said had amazing multitasking, is suffering with his multitasking at the moment because a lot of SCVs are not mining minerals. Finally putting them back to work, but supply depots are dying. Stim will finish up on time, but the academy will also die very soon. Factory though, the most important part is the factory finishing up here in the back. He would have liked for it to already have finished earlier, but it was not meant to be. It was not meant to be, and yet with the marine stim and the range, he can keep the cannons away. So now we see speed. No speed there yet from Gas. Attacking the left side, which should allow those cannons on the right side to finish up and get a little bit closer to the command center. But Donggle is miraculously staying alive with some really good effort, microcontrol, and even the structures here, how they are placed. It probably wasn't by design, but as a byproduct, he had a really good position to put his marines into, which kind of prevented the Zealots to go for an attack on marines. So a very good configuration there, probably an accident, like he just had to throw down supply depots in order to not get supply blocked, and as a byproduct, he was able to get his marines into a great position. So we're getting level 1 attack and a range there from Gas, who is still in the lead. Not by much, but there's a lot of real estate, a lot of cannons for Donggle to push through with a tank before he has complete control over his base. So up until that point, Gas has the advantage. All he has to do is build gateway units, get some High Templars, maybe some Dark Templars, although the Dark Templars are probably not going to be as effective because we have an engineering bay there on the way. So we will probably have to go for regular High Templars, Dragoons, Zealots with Zealot speed and level 1 attack, and just go for a frontal attack. Let's just run right in there, get on top of everything, because we only have triple barracks production. Getting barracks number 4 and 5. More cannons on the way there on the left side. Tank is on the right side. It's going to have to unsiege and relocate to stop this here from happening on the left side. It's going to have to move. More gears are on the way there for Gas. He's progressing nicely. 30 ropes against 28 SCVs. I'm kind of surprised that Donggle took as little damage as he did, despite having to adapt, adjust, lift, and relocate as much as he had to. He's not been having an easy game, but he's really getting the most out of this as he possibly can. He's gonna get supply block though, because those depots on the side there are gonna go down because the tanks are too far away. Zealots coming in to help out and take down the supply depots a little bit faster. Gonna attack the barracks as well. Gonna try to kill that or lift it up and force it away. Not like he can produce marines at the moment, but it's all gonna inconvenience him and buy him more time to get the technology he needs, or maybe the units he needs. Got Storm on the way there for Gas, who's on the name OTP, TPO by the way. OTP, TPO. So he's stimming in on that left side, losing a bunch of marines there. Not sure if that's the right choice, but he wants to very quickly clean this all out. But that gives the Zealots to the opportunity, the window, to attack on the right side. So Gas is playing it so well, not overcommitting, just picking small little fights, taking small little structures and units wherever he can. On the left side, the right side, he's moving back and forth all the time. Temples are finished up though. Temples are finished up, going for the frontal attack. He might be able to get close to the minerals and storm the SCVs. Dragoons are helping out greatly as well. Dragoons not that awesome against Marines, but they're awesome against tanks because they can actually hit them from afar. So the Marines cannot protect the tanks against enemy attacks anymore. Because Zealots, you can keep them away from the tanks, but Dragoons, not so much. Dragoons can just step up and shoot on the tanks quite easily. So now it's becoming a progressively more difficult game. Great storms. Great storms. Gonna take down those tanks there and really keep... Okay, oh, the tank stays alive. Gonna have to repair that one. He retreats a little bit. Supply is growing for gas quickly, rapidly. 47 probes. Let it push forward. Gets the tank this time around. Was not getting repaired. Small little oversight there from Donggle. While the tank rolls up. We've got bunkers all over the place to keep the Marines protected. Snipes an SCV as he retreats. And brings the Zealots to safety. He really is not wasting any of his units. It's really impressive to see. He's not wasting any of his units at all. Both players are wasting as little as they can. So the path forward here for Donggle is to, well, not lose his tanks. And he's lost too many tanks already. I'd say at this point, I'd say gas is going to 100% win this. There's almost no path forward here for his opponent, Donggle, as a lot of the goons are marching forward with level 1 attack. There's no upgrades there on the Marines for Donggle. He cannot afford them. The bunkers are slowing gas down a lot. There's only one tank though. If he had been able to keep his tanks alive, like all of them alive, he would be defending this much easier and definitely be able to push forward to the choke, secure the choke, and survive the game. But right now, only 2 tanks alive. He's got 2 factories though. Tank number 3 just spawned. But there's just way too few tanks and way too many Dragoons and Zealots and High Templars to fight this off. Like, he can attack on every single side of Dongle's base. He's doing great. Getting out of tank range. They're on the side. The Zealots are getting hit though, but the Dragoons are out of tank range. And they're going to take down that factory, reduce the factory tank production by just a little bit. And I mean by 1/3, which is not a little bit, but it's only one factor, but it's 1/3 of his tank production gone. So his chances are growing smaller and smaller. We have 12 gateways there in a very neat little line. It's really interesting. Never seen someone build their Protoss like that, but gas is making it work as he goes forward yet again. Templars are getting close to the... Nope, gonna get sniped, but the tanks do go down, so once again, only one tank alive. With a lot of bunkers though. Bunkers are fighting back. Templars are marching forward. Another storm comes down on pretty much nothing at all. But he doesn't have to be as efficient with his storms anymore because this is a victory. Supply is double. Workers are almost double. This is such a good game from Gas. Such a good game. Like, you wouldn't say this is the exact same player from the first 3 games where he got his ass handed to him in every single one of those 3 games, but now he is really dominating. I gotta give it to Donggle. Donggle is putting on an amazing fight. This is very difficult to do. What Donggle is doing here is super difficult to do. But it's not enough. It's simply not enough. I'm expecting a GG very soon. Like, he's gonna have to push forward decisively. The supply difference is simply too big. At some point, 5 High Templars. That's gonna be painful. Also, level 2 attack almost finished up. Level 2 attack is gonna be a big jump forward. Because level 1 attack there on the Marines, but level 2 attack there for the gateway units is huge. It's massive. And armor is also finishing up very soon. He's got level 1 attack finished, level 2 attack finished. 1 armor is like, how many seconds away? I'd say like 15 seconds away. About 15. Should be about the time this upgrade kicks in. Level 3 attack on the way. Shields on the way, so triple forge, 2 Dark Templars being produced. He's got 20 gateways there in the base, 3 in the middle, so 23 in total. Goes for the forward movement. Huge wall being built there by Donggle. That's the correct move. Get a wall, but it's not. Is it gonna be enough? Tanks are still alive. Tank on the right side goes down. 2 tanks in the middle are still alive. Can't quite get on top of those tanks. Marines in bunkers stimming. Getting on top of the tank. That tank there on the left side goes down. This tank here is very low HP, but he survives his attack, but lost so much to defend it. Lost 4, 5 bunkers, 3 tanks, 20 Marines. Gets on top of tank. The last tank standing gets taken down. It's such a mess. His base is such a mess. This has to be so difficult to coordinate. Double Dark Templar on the scene. 1 splits up to the left side. He's got 1 scan, maybe 1 more. I think he's just got 1 scan. Oh, he's got 1 more scan, but he's not noticing this. He's not noticing the 1 Dark Templar on the left slapping, hacking, chopping away at those structures. Stims in, cleans it out. He's still alive. I'm amazed. He's still alive. Getting a level 1 armor for the Marines. He needs an armory. Badly. He needs to get upgrades on those tanks. Oh, the tank is too far in the front. Gets taken down way too easily. Way too easily. And look, way more units coming around this time. This attack is much bigger than the previous ones. Gets on top of the tanks. Gets on top of whatever else there is. He's really, like, now you can really start to notice that his superior upgrades and superior supply are slowly gaining him ground. And this really has been a non-stop game. We're 15 minutes in, but it feels like 20 or 25. It's just been non-stop running in, rushing it over the front. Very consistent, solid production from both players, but at this point, Donggle just can't keep up. Calls GG. He knows it's over, and Gas gets his very first win. The score is 3 for Donggle, 1 for Gas. And your Gas is maybe starting a comeback. Maybe, just maybe. I don't want to call it too early, but it looks like he's the real deal. Like, that was an impressive game. That was a very impressive game. Very impressive game. I like that one. Like, it wasn't pretty from both players. It wasn't pretty. Let's say they weren't building pretty bases. Let's put it like that. They weren't playing pretty base styles, but the aggression, the tempo of that game, the control of that game, and the game sense. I was impressed by how Gas kept finding things to kill on the left and the right. That's not easy to do. It takes a lot of multitasking, and it takes some moments of time in between all the actions you're doing, in between all the things you're doing, to carefully study the enemy base and determine, is this a weak point or is it not a weak point? Can I do something here? Slight little adjustments, getting out of tank range, getting out of bunker range, getting out of marine range, microing away from the Marines, jumping on the Marines when they overstep a little bit too much. All those kind of things, Gas did that very, very well. Very well. Okay. So now we're looking at Gas again on the Terran. Not a pretty placement. Not a pretty placement of those barracks. We see Donggle going for his very first Nexus first. In every single other Protoss game he played so far, it was Gateway, Gateway, Nexus. Now he's going for Nexus, Gateway, into a Gateway? So usually I would say, when I see this, that I do not agree. But Gas is going for a double barracks. And he is not finding his opponent. He's going the wrong way. Like, if he found Donggle on his first or second scout, I would say that Gas has a massive advantage over Donggle, because if the Protoss goes for a double gateway after the Nexus first, the Terran has the advantage if they go for a triple barracks, and if they are going for triple barracks at 8 supply, not 9, and if they go for an early rush to prevent the choke, to start hitting the probes at the back before any units spawn, because as you can see, Gas, the Donggle here, Donggle took some insanely huge risks. He has no units. He would have legitimately just died if Gas had found him earlier and attacked him. But Gas literally finds him on almost the final scouting location. And cannon in the front is almost up, Zealous on the way in the back. If Gas had decided to attack now, it wouldn't work. So there is a little bit of luck involved here with Dongle's playstyle. He should not have been able to build all of this with no units on the map at all until this late. This is very late, Zealous. But he just had luck on his side. He didn't get scouted. Gas simply didn't know what he could do. He simply didn't know what was happening. because he didn't find his opponent on time. That's just bad luck. That's just bad luck. And because Donggle went for such a risky build order, he is also reaping the benefits from this situation. He did not get found, which means he can just keep on progressing as he wants to. Barrack number 3 on the way, and so is a factory. There for gas, some double refinery, academy's finished up, there's a small little wall in the front, although it's not a wall that's sealed off. Whereas Donggle is going for very fast double robotics, and he's putting them right here at his gateways. So this is not a configuration that players often go for, but Donggle was like, you know what the hell, I don't care. As long as I have the structures, that's all that matters. And you know, he's right. It doesn't really matter what your base looks like, as long as it works for you. Okay, as long as it works for you. But there are some ways of building a base that are theoretically superior to other ways of building your base. Doesn't mean that you have to. But for example, one thing that's important to do is put your pylon pretty much always within 1 square distance of the line of your nexuses. Like, that's the only thing that's important, because then you can build cannons right here and protect everything very easily with minimal pylons in your base. We have double robo, Temple's Archive, shuttle finished up, we got speed air on the way, we got double reaver in the queue, we got almost no zealots on the map, like literally almost no zealots, 2 in the middle, 0 on the bottom, like it's almost nothing at all for barracks. So he's gonna go for the marine stim defense. Not gonna see raids because I don't see a starport on the way. See a turret being built there in the back against Dark Templars. We've got a turret not being built in the front, but he should build one soon in the front. Got marines on the map to use as dodging mechanics for the SCVs. So yeah, gas is progressing as he had to. Although he is once again feeling rather aggressive. We have 2 cannons in the front, got some firebats in the mix, got a tank there in the middle. Is he gonna go for the push there onto the front? We got the Reavers in shuttles getting into Gas's base, and his Marines are out of his base. I mean, this is faster than usual. These Reavers are way faster than usual. Usually it's like 6:15 they finish and arrive, and he arrived at 5:55. Ooh, he's gonna get close to the SCV, he's gonna shoot him. Why did he not pull the SCVs to safety? Just why? Just one question, why didn't you do it? Did you think you could kill them? Oh, loses even more Marines to pour more salt into the wound. But yeah, why didn't he pull the SCVs to safety? Did you think that this was too far away or something? Like, I just don't get it. Why did you not pull the SCVs to safety? Maybe he thought he could kill the Reaver with the Marines before he could shoot another time. But he just made a mistake. And that was there's a Dark Templar in the base. A Dark Templar in the base. He has scans though, so nothing to worry about. Gets found out there. Dark Templar goes down. And here comes a drop. It's 6 Zealots. He's just flying in. It's a High Templar in the mix. He doesn't storm on the SCVs. He storms on the Marines. I mean, that works as well. But he could have maybe ended the game by storming on the SCVs. Still, like, killing that many Marines when the enemy only has 23 SCVs, that's still a win. That's still a win for Donggle. Like, that's still a huge advantage gained. So many gateways this early on. Also, notice how there's no cannons at all in the back. Nothing at all. No protection. Not that Gas can at the moment go for a tank drop or a firebat drop, but do notice, nothing in the back to defend. Absolutely nothing. It's all out aggression. And I gotta give it to him. Donggle is really good at a very aggressive playstyle. He's very good at it. Shuttles coming in yet again. Still spending those minerals absolutely perfectly. He's spending them as he is controlling the shuttles, which is insane. You can see the minerals go down while he's adjusting the position of his shuttles. Now a slight little failed unload there on the bottom, like didn't unload everything because he slightly clicked a little bit too close to the hill. He goes in yet again, he's going to unload the rest. Zealot's getting blocked by an SCV. Templar's on the scene. Templar's ready to storm all those SCVs and the Marines. They're getting closer. Marines go down. SCVs have run too far away. He's going to storm on something. Storms on a tank right before it goes down. Kills a tank, about, I'd say, 10 Marines. Yeah, that's a pretty good drop. Not an amazing drop, but at this point, as I said before, Gas is so far behind that just losing anything is bad for him. The only way Gas can still stay alive and win is by not losing any of his units at all. No SCVs, no Marines, no tanks. Because his opponent Donggle has grown large, huge, mega big. He's gonna keep on going for the shuttle drops, and the big thing is he kept preserving the shuttles. He did not lose the shuttles, which means he can load up so many units, fly in, and wreak havoc and destruction on Gas, who is a sitting duck, a fish in a barrel. Goes in. There over the left side, flies in very deep, starts unloading it on the top corner, goes even deeper, gonna unload in range of the SCV. Storm is there on the scene. Storms are too far away though to hit those SCVs, but SCVs are running to safety. A couple SCVs do go down. Marines are stemming from every single direction. There's so many cells in the base, he might not even survive this with just the Marines. Bunker at the bottom, under attack, repairing it. SCVs running very far away after return, and resume mining minerals. Most of the shuttles survived. He used a Corsair to escort the shuttles back home. Is of course still alive. Overshooting a little bit. Maybe he's gonna try to distract with this drop. Like, this is gonna be a fake one, and it's gonna be a real one. I can see no other reason why you would put these on. Oh wait, they are already filled up. Oh, he still has something in there. 2 High Templars, a couple Zealots. This is going to be disgusting. He's going to go in with 2 drops at the same time. And there's so many units. He's almost maxed out. His base is huge. So many gateways. He built this rapidly. Because he was building and attacking all at the same time. Donggle has some really insane multitasking. Like, I've not seen a player spend an attack this well in quite a long time. Goes in, he's max supply. He's got upgrades as well on his Zealot. Level 1 attack. The Firebat in the bunker. Gonna unload behind the bunker wall there though. Gonna get on top. The Firebats did a lot of damage. A lot of Zealots went down to the bunkers, but it's just way too much. There's just way too much. And this all comes back to that one Reaver shot killing half of his SCVs. Just never recovered. Just never recovered from this doom scenario. Where Zealots are coming in. There's still so many High Templars. The Marines don't stand a chance. And maybe even the SCVs will die. Storms the Marines at the bottom. They'll go down. All of them. And hits the SCVs as well. Kills only a few of them. But it's a GG. He doesn't have enough to survive. There's more units on the way. They're back at home. Donggle just putting on a clinic of how to dismantle a Terran that made one terrible mistake. Well, 2 terrible mistakes. Putting his Marines on the middle. Bad choice. You just keep them back at home. Your opponent is right next to you. Your opponent is not going to run through the middle. They're going to use this small little hill in between you to fly in. And the second mistake was not pulling the SCVs to safety and sadly losing almost all of them to what could have been prevented. Truly a terrible mistake.